My name's Paul Milgate and I'm the executive producer of The Afternoon Shift.
My name is Max Fuller, aka Max Keel O'Neal, aka Froby Bryant, aka Ferdinand Max Jellin, aka a million other things. I guess I don't technically know what my title is. I think it's host / producer. Let's just go with that.
The Afternoon Shift covers all things Twin Cities and beyond. So news, sports, entertainment, events, art, culture. If it's happening here in the Twin Cities or really the larger Minnesota community, we're here to cover it. We try to have fun. We try to take unique angles on stories. And we always try to be, in Paul's words, dinner party smart. We like to leave people with something that they can take away and bring home, and a fact that, maybe they didn't know before they watched our show.
The Afternoon Shift is a bit of a unique beast. It's not really like anything else I've certainly ever seen before. It's a combination of news and entertainment, but done in a completely different way. It's like if you took a podcast and a traditional chat show and you just mixed it all up in a blender and then poured it out. That's kind of what the Afternoon Shift is every day at 3 o'clock.
We've had a cat from China on, we've had politicians on, we've had a rodeo clown on, and we've had esteemed professors of physics. So you just never know what we're gonna have on, and that's kind of the beauty of the show.
I think we've gotten to a point where, we've spent so much time around each other, especially with cameras on, that I can almost look at him and kind of know what's coming up next and what he's about to say. So I think it's just developing that sort of chemistry when it matters most, and chemistry, when the lights are on and 3 o'clock rolls around. Just kind of understanding when the other person is about to speak. He likes to go, and he likes to have his monologues and mantras. I try to set him up for success, right? So if I know that there's a point that he really likes talking to, I make sure that, in my research for the show, I'm gonna write it down and make sure that I'm putting the ball square on the tee so he could hit it out of the ballpark.
I've produced about 10 shows. My original thought, to your question, is nothing's too weird. I mean, we don't want to cross any boundaries too much, but if something's interesting and something's newsworthy and relevant, we're going to talk about it.
My way of looking at things is usually perverted and looking for a joke, and Adam's way of looking at things is actually looking for information and to take it seriously. So once those two things kind of mesh, you get the Afternoon Shift as it is, which is you learn something, you laugh a little bit, and you cry a little bit.
One of the hardest things you ever do when it comes to putting a show together is getting the chemistry right. Do the people gel? Do they feel like they work on camera? Are they people you want to hang out with on your television screen? And I actually think part of the magic of Adam and Max, that dynamic, is that, to be honest, you probably wouldn't see them those two kinds of people, you probably wouldn't see them hanging out in the real world together. You wouldn't see them at the bar necessarily together. They've got very different interests that they bring to the table.
Max and I had never met before his first job here. I knew that he was a radio personality here in town. Max is a very vivacious personality. Obviously, the appearance with the afro and the different sort of outfits that he puts on really kind of correlates with that vivaciousness. He brings a certain energy and charisma to the Afternoon Shift that the show really loves having, and he's been a great colleague, and it's been really good getting to know him, and he always has a good Twin Cities recommendations to hit, especially with restaurants as well.
I mean, we're totally different people. Me and Adam could not be more polar opposite people, but I think that's kind of what, again, the beauty of the show is that we're all just different people.
If you're at home from 3 to 5, I would say tune into the Afternoon Shift, because there's 3 people who are willing to be your friend, who are going to chat about everything that's kind of happening, anything from tacos to tariffs. If you've got an interest in just learning and exploring what the news of the day is in a completely different way, that's why I would say you should tune in, because you get to kind of just feel like you're hanging out with a bunch of mates and chatting about what's going on in the world.